is it time? My live.
Welcome to the greatest damn show on YouTube.
Oh man, double tap the screen, shut a live out. What we doing this morning, chat? What we doing this morning, chat? We got England is in shambles over the flag, over their flag, man. We got flags going up everywhere. They said over 1 million flags have been purchased, and a lot of people aren't happy about it, man. They talking about it's leading to a lot of civil unrest, man. And then we got Trump ending the flag burning over here, the executive order, punished about 1 year in jail. And I want to know what's next, man. We got an early episode. I need everybody to double tap the screen, everybody to share the live out, call your auntie, uncle, and your cousin, tell them plug live, and he running his mouth. I don't care if you far left, far right, liberal, conservative. I don't. Hold on, let me get my camera right. Let me get my camera right. It was tilted a little bit. Hold on. All right, it's still a little crooked. Why does it got me sitting sideways, bro? It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Double tap the screen, shut a live out. We are 20 subs away from the next sub goal, man. Double tap the screen, shut a live out. We got a morning episode going, man. We finna get straight into it. Where that baby go there, man?
I told my niggas to mark my word, I guarantee that I'm next. I got the arms of a bodybuilder from the way that I flex. Might just hit the strip just to go blow me a check. They know what the fuck I'm on. They say that they got some of the best gas, they call it Southern Joy. Chain on chain and ice on ice like Adam Sandler, I'm water boy. I know I'm all in the head. Bad bitch laying in my bed. Wait till I give her a spread. I'm a master with the head. Don't let these social fool you. These niggas broke, I know that they ain't bought it. Ain't got no car but talking shit. Okay, then little walkie talkie. I told that bitch to come home. I ain't got time for no bitch that's healing. Puff the blood, she called me daddy. And I'm screaming out no dick. I'ma make sure that she come. I'ma fuck her good with my tongue. I know the night is still young. So baby, let's get it in. I know just how she like it tonight. She spicy, she added a friend. They ain't identical, but they fuck alike. So in the bed, I call them twin. I call them twin. Bed, I call them twin. Bitch, and shoot a shoot. 1 + 1 = 2. What you tryna do? Go back for back, check a swoop for swoop. Either way it go, I'm on. Either way it go, I'm gone. Brody them just got like 100 on me, they tryna get them gone. What you call it, J Wet? What's the name? And he put it in his song. Brody them got the purest product, it's pink, you know this shit is strong. No diddy. I'm the type of nigga that turn my bitch up in each city. Brody got out, we celebrating, we hit the gritty. I'm feeling like a baby, I'm tryna get that milk up out them titties. It's no question who young and the latest. If you want your bitch, then when she talking, hear her. If I want the bitch, I'm going Pittsburgh. Still her. I keep some on the side, I don't have trust in just the main bitch. Suck me up while I'm driving like damn, I'll die by this lane switch. Shit, different type of free, so we ain't never got a tussle. Throw it back like Miss London, and some of your life be hustle. Yeah, she.
Oh man, double tap the screen, shut a live out. We got a morning episode, man. We got a morning episode, man. We got England is in shambles, man, over the flag. They're saying over 1 million flags has been sold over the past, I believe day, maybe day and a half. But I got a little clip. Y'all know I like to start the show off with clips. I got a little clip right here that's going viral. We do got a clip of a black family. I believe it's mother, father, and their 2 sons. One of the sons is a baby. The other son looks to be maybe 8 or 9 years old. But they outside the home with their ARs, and a lot of people are upset about it. I want to get y'all's thoughts and opinions on it. A lot of people are upset about it. There's some very nasty comments under that picture over there, but I want to get y'all thoughts and opinions on it. We'll pull that up. And we have just videos of people burning down or taking down flags in England. It's just a big deal going on over there in England. You know, we seen Trump come out with the executive order yesterday and ban the flag burning in America, punishable by 1 year in jail. Well, a similar thing is going on in England. It's just crazy though. There's no executive order coming down. It's just crazy. You know, like people are putting flags up everywhere. People are tearing flags down. People are burning flags. You got people cutting in the flags. You got people putting flags on strings, tying it up above the streets, man. It's getting crazy over there, man. Then you have actual groups over there too, moving through the streets. I ain't gonna say patrolling, but moving through the streets actively, you know, dismantling these flags. They're taking them down, they're pulling them down. We got all the clips here, man, so we finna break it down. Everybody double tap the screen. I hope y'all are having an excellent morning. But yeah, my thoughts and opinions on, first of all, the flag burning ban in America. A lot of people saying it's against the First Amendment, so we will see that go to the Supreme Court. But my thoughts and opinions on it, it just makes me uneasy. I've never just witnessed people burn flags in real life. It just makes me uneasy. You know, as far as England, I don't know much about England. I've never been to England. Hopefully we get some people to call in, let us know their thoughts and opinions on how things are going over there. But it's crazy. I did see some of the clips over there, and it's times 10. Like, you think they run riding around with the big flags over here? Oh, that's coming to England, man. 1 million flags in a day or two. But let's get straight into this clip right here, Chad. Let's get into this clip right here.
Illegal.
Why?
Man, liberals are meant.
Oh, this is a conservative guy. They're asking him a question, will he rather be with an illegal immigrant or a liberal? Now, this is a conservative guy. Let's listen to his answer.
Would you rather date a liberal or an illegal immigrant?
Illegal.
Why?
Man, liberals are mentally ill, plus they're usually whores. With the illegal immigrant, maybe you'll find like a Muslim who has a low body count, but if they're an American, it's like Lenny Kravitz said, American woman, stay the f*** away from me.
Are you really f***ing kidding me?
Not at all.
You are a piece of shit.
Who asked for your opinion?
You.
Who asked for your opinion?
You're on a public
Are you drunk,
street.
ma'am? Are you drunk, ma'am?
Are you delusional?
Stop doing drunk.
You drunk.
And this is exactly why the 19th Amendment should be repealed, right here. This woman knows nothing about politics. She has no sense about history, but she just wants to run her mouth. This is exactly what's going on.
Dude, that is...
Why are you here? No one asked you to be here. So go over there, talk to whoever you want. You're not wanted here. Bye.
Now, she did insert herself into that man damn business. Didn't nobody ask her shit. I'm just going to be honest with you. What's y'all thoughts and opinions in the chat? Didn't nobody ask her shit. She just came. I'm not supposed to be cussing this early. This is the morning show. I do need y'all to press 1 in the chat if y'all in here rocking with me. Put some 1s in the chat if y'all in here rocking with me. Let me know y'all alive and active, man. Put some 1s in the chat. Let's get back to the clip, man. This is crazy, man. This is crazy. Press 1s in the chat if y'all in here rocking with me.
Go.
I'm not leaving.
Oh.
To date a liberal or an illegal immigrant?
Illegal.
Why?
Man, liberals are mentally ill, plus they're usually whores. With the illegal immigrant, maybe you'll find like a Muslim who has a low body count, but if they're an American, it's like Lenny Kravitz said, American woman, stay the f*** away from me.
Are you really f***ing kidding me?
Not at all.
You are a piece of shit.
Who asked for your opinion?
You.
Who asked for your opinion?
You're on a public
Are you drunk,
street.
ma'am? Are you drunk, ma'am?
Are you delusional?
Stop doing drunk.
You drunk.
And this is exactly why the 19th Amendment should be repealed, right here. This woman knows nothing about politics. She has no sense about history, but she just wants to run her mouth. This is exactly what's going on.
Dude, that is...
Why are you here?
I'm trying to figure out how it went to politics though. They asked that man like, would he rather be with an illegal? Oh, I guess because they're talking about illegal immigrants, so that puts it into politics. And she just felt so disrespected by it. And then he went so far as to say the 19th Amendment should be repealed. So that's what I say when it comes to this shit, man. It's like extremes. You know what I'm saying? Like she's being extreme, butting into that being business. Like mind your business, lady. Keep walking down the street. He's being extreme, saying, "Hey, look, man, they shouldn't even be able to damn vote, bro."
Here. No one asked you to be here. So go over there, talk to whoever you want. You're not wanted here. Bye-bye. Go.
I'm not leaving.
Oh, I mean, see, this is the problem with this country, man. These women come over here, they start talking, and nobody even wants them there.
Women come over here.
Why are you here? No one wants to talk to you.
No one wants to listen to your
You're here, though. I'm not coming to you. You're coming to me. By the way, why are you... It's a Cleveland show. Why don't you cover up? You need some Islam in your life. You need some Islam in your life. Go find Jesus Christ.
Miami, dude. People walk around in bikinis.
Thank you for not wearing that. I do appreciate that.
I am covered up.
Well, you know, when you grade on a curve of Miami, that's basically comparing yourself to whores and tramps and stuff like that.
You know what? Turn around, look at these.
This is pure comedy. Again, another reason why the 19th Amendment should have been repealed. And again, the 19th Amendment did more damage than COVID-19. Why are you...
Hey, don't
Oh,
touch
she took the
people's
camera.
cameras and stuff. Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Watch.
actually, let's ask him. Let's ask him. He's a non-white person. Let's ask him. Man. Do you think this woman's drunk?
No, I think she should cover up though. I think she's got her tits out. You're a little too old to be doing that.
You asked for it.
Sorry.
Looks great.
I'm okay with that.
Women always give their opinion when they're not even wanted. Example right here.
Dude, you're such
So, chat, how do y'all feeling about that, man? She came in, he was doing a street interview. This guy's, I'm assuming, a conservative guy. They're saying they're in Miami. They asked him who would he rather be with, an illegal immigrant or a liberal woman. He, off the top, said an illegal immigrant. Said he might find one that practices Islam, that has a low body count, or you know, something like that. She comes in and was like, "Oh, that's fucked up." You know what I'm saying? And he's like, "Hey, lady, who asked you?" You know what I'm saying? Like, do you not see this camera on me talking to this woman at this street interview? Like, who asked you? You know what I'm saying? Maybe if you would wait a second, she would ask you a question and give you time, some camera time to state your opinion. But she couldn't help it. You know, she just butted in, got in his business, and oh, you said my mic is low? Hold on. All right, bet. Mic check, 1, 2. Is the mic better? She got in his business, you know what I'm saying? And he bled her, you know what I'm saying? Talk crazy to her, you know what I'm saying? Went so far as to say, you don't know shit about politics. You just over here giving unwarranted opinions, and you shouldn't be able to vote. Then got on her for her cleavage being out. She said, "This is Miami, man. You lucky I'm not in a bikini." He thanked her for it. I want to know y'all thoughts and opinions, chat. I want to know y'all's thoughts and opinions, chat. Is that man wrong for saying, you know, that he would rather be with an illegal immigrant than a liberal woman? Or is that his right as an American citizen? Kind of crazy now that they asked a conservative that question, huh? It's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy they asked a conservative that, and he gave her, "Hey, man, I don't think he sugarcoated that shit." I honestly think that's how that man feels. I honestly think that down there in Miami, man, I honestly think that's how that man feels, man. We gonna move on, chat. I do have the phone lines open. Mods, one of the mods dropped the phone number in the chat. We're gonna move on to the next topic. Is right here. Be sure to join the Discord. Mods dropped the Discord as well. I got another little story right here before we move on to the main topics of the show. I thought this was pretty crazy right here. So, I'm gonna pause this right here. This is a thread from Avani on Twitter, on X, I don't know. But this is a thread about AI and robots right now. They're saying that China, hold on. It says U.S. and China aren't just building robots, they're training them to fight, film, cook, and even making cyber horses. So I don't know if y'all know what a cyber horse is, because I damn sure can only infer that it's a robotic horse. And I don't know, man, that sounds crazy. But this first clip right here, that's saying this is Helix walking without cameras. This is the robot out on the streets walking without cameras. I don't know if it's just sensors or what. Well, I don't know, man. They saying this robot right here is walking without cameras, man. They said that one was walking without cameras. Here goes the next one. This is China's Engine AI announced their humanoid robot is officially on sale. So this one right here, this robot that we finna watch right here is on sale, they're saying. They're saying you can buy this one right here.
Okay, this is a China robot, let's go!
So y'all see that little robot right there doing the damn dance, man. They got that one is available. They're saying that one is available. Okay, now this one is Boston Dynamics turn Atlas into a cameraman with smooth pan and tilt move. Hollywood meet your new robotic DOP. So they're saying that the job market's about through over there. The film industry, AI editing softwares, AI editor tools are just getting better. Now you got the AI filming the damn show, man. Watch it. What's up, Miss Chocolate Drop? Let me turn the damn music off, my bad. But yeah, chat, look at the robot, man. It's moving around, it's panning. This is where our jobs are going, man. Look, the robot doing a backflip. Ain't no way this robot finna do a backflip, bro. Oh, they cut the video off. Oh, no, they didn't. Ain't no way that robot did a backflip. Oh, nah, bro. If I wake up in the morning and my Tesla by hitting backflips in the crib, I'ma be tripping, chat. If I wake up in the morning and the Tesla by they hit a backflip and do this like a damn Mighty Morphin Power Ranger, chat, I don't know, man. I don't know, chat. That might throw me off. I might be a little thrown off, chat, if the Tesla bot just wake up and hit a damn backflip. It's crazy, man. That's Boston Dynamics, man, was shooting with that cannon. Alright, it says Chinese people are beating robots to make them stronger. They talking about Chinese people are beating robots to make them stronger. Now watch this. Dang, he knocked the arm off the thing. That's messed up, bro. Not a tables, ladders, chairs match.
你没事吧？
That's crazy. They talking about they beating the robots. Oh, they talking about the robots giving a perfect haircut. So there go your barber. All the barbers out there, here it come. All the barbers. Everybody going to get a boosie fade, a ball fade. You know what I'm saying? You want to get the little slick back, whatever, man. It's finna be a robot doing it.
Change your style, change your life. Aren't you tired of this monotony? Hurry up and decide.
I just told you, gave her ass a taper fade, didn't he? Gave her ass a high tape. Gave her ass a high tape with a part in the middle, didn't he? I told y'all. Look, gave her ass a high tape.
Hurry up and decide that life is too short. Don't let your mind be a prison for your desires.
They had her, got her ass coming out of there looking like a damn Fortnite character, looking like she Tomb Raider, looking like she ready to go out there and fight crime, man, a mercenary. Straight up. Look, here go the robot doing laundry right here.
Hancock House. What do you guys think? Honey, you want to throw that in there? Yeah. Throw it in. Good job. Hopefully you never have to do laundry every day. What do you guys think?
Got the Tesla bot in there doing laundry. Doing backflips and shit.
Wow.
Hey man, I'm gonna ask all of you kind people to double tap the screen and hit the subscribe button if you are not subscribed. We are about 30 subscribers away from the next sub goal. I hope everybody's having a wonderful morning. Please double tap that screen for me, man. Look at the robot doing laundry. Loading the washer.
Wow.
Alright, man. Yeah, that's the end of that 3 right there, man. That's crazy to me, chat. That was crazy to me. I wanted to bring that to y'all. Now we finna get into some of the show. Right here. This is going viral right here. This family, I don't know where they're from. But this post is getting millions of views right now on X. This post is getting millions of views on X, and basically the post is asking I wish I could go to the real damn post. Basically, he's asking conservatives, does this post offend them? He's asking conservatives, does this post offend him? And the first comment says, the kid holding a rifle is pretty stupid. Blacks and guns don't go well together. Just look at the black on black gun crime. It's insane. But a lot of people were giving good reviews on it. A lot of people are saying that they have no problem with it. A lot of people are saying they have no problem with it. They're saying that the kid right here in the middle, he's holding a firearm correctly, has his finger in the right position. You know, I want to know how y'all feel about it. I don't see nothing wrong with it. I mean, I think that this is America right there, man. They got the right to protect their family. They got the right to protect their home. They're teaching their kids the right way to use the weapon, judging based off of the way he's holding it, you know. Might come a situation, you know what I'm saying? There might come a situation where he needs to know what's going on. And it looks like that kid right there has got some really good instructors, man. Look like they got it going on over there. I don't have a problem with it. If you have a problem with it in the chat, press 1. If you don't have a problem with it, press 2. Like I said, chat, I'm from Arkansas. You know, we start shooting guns early. I was really young when I got my first 410. I remember graduating to the 20 gauge. I remember the first time I shot a 12 gauge. You know, like that was all young. You know, squirrel hunting, all kind of stuff. Yeah, he does have, you know, something that's a little different than a shotgun, but at the same time, you know, the fundamentals are still the same. He's holding the weapon correctly. He's standing out there. You know, he got the firearm pointed down. He got his families out there, man. I don't see anything wrong with this, man. It's going viral right now. A lot of nasty comments on here. But yeah, man, I feel like that's American right there. That's one of the reasons America is America. You know? You say put JRTC also helps, nothing wrong. Following the law is not a fact. Every family does need to know how to protect themselves, you know. Start them early, because it is a problem out here. We hear it all the time about how these people have no training with weapons and then they just get a gun. Well, I mean, now that we see the reverse situation, it's like he's been handling guns since he was, you know, 6, 5, 6, 7 years old, you know, under proper supervision. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword. Do you want people to not have guns and then when they do get of age be able to just have it out there with no proper training? Or do you want people to be raised in a gun culture? You know, I was, you know, fortunately, unfortunately, however you guys look at it, I call it fortunately, I was raised in gun culture, you know, like straight up, I was raised in gun culture. Hunting, fishing, all of that, man. Protection. It's a great way to, you know, spend time with the family, spend time with the kids. A lot of people are always, you know, on the go. This is a way to spend time with your family. You know, self-defense, go to the shooting range, sit down, break down your guns, clean your weapons, you know, pick out guns with the family. This is a way that a lot of families where I'm from do bond. Like this is one of the ways that I bonded with my pops, you know. One of the ways that I bonded with my pops growing up, man. Straight up. Let's get into the next part, the main topic, man. England is in shambles. England is in shambles, chat. Let's get to the main part of the show. All right, man. Yeah, we almost 30 minutes in. We can get to the main part of the show. Everyone double tap the screen for me. I'm loading this clip right here. This place right here is in England. Manor Farm right here. It's crazy, chat. It's crazy, man. They're saying Manor Farm in Birmingham refused to let Englishmen enter an English pub with English flags. So they're in Birmingham. They're going into an English pub. They had English flags and they were turned around. The video has went viral. Their social media has been bombarded with negative reviews. They're boycotting this restaurant. And they're saying that basically they turned them around because they said bringing in that English flag would, you know, cause a problem, sort of inciting violence. So I'm gonna get to the clip right here. I'll let y'all watch the clip.
So I have to take my England back
I'll
up.
let y'all be the judge of this. This is one of the things that like I told y'all at the beginning of the show, over 1 million England flags have been sold over the last few hours, over the last 24, 48 hours. And this is one of the catalysts to that. This is one of the big catalysts to that. This has went crazy viral, and they're boycotting this. Y'all can see some of the posts right here. It says most unfriendly pub I've ever been in. 1-star review. Take this pub right off your list for the World Cup 2026. Let every other pub in the area be absolutely rammed to the rafters. This place doesn't deserve it. They have brought politics into something that doesn't need to be associated. It says disgusting food and attitude. Asked to leave after 25 minutes at a table. bad food, poor management. Yeah, they're being ransacked, and this is why. This video here is why.
Trump. His bird.
I'm happy to let you
quite pretty as well.
take it off.
So I have to take my England flag off.
Oh, my bad, chat. I was showing y'all. I was on the wrong damn thing. This is the video right here. This video is why.
Happy to let you
quite pretty as well.
take it off.
So I have to take my England flag off to come into the establishment in England. Madness, isn't it?
I'm happy to serve you again, but
Do you not think there's an issue with that? Like, do you not understand why people might be upset by that? What if I had an England flag shirt on? Would that be alright?
Gents, again, I'm happy to serve you.
If I had an English flag, would that be alright? If I had a Palestinian flag on, would that be alright to go?
Oh yeah, you'd be sweating it.
Oh, you wouldn't stop that, would you?
I'm happy to serve you.
You can't answer the question because it's difficult for you, isn't it?
I can answer the
I can leave, but I just wanted to highlight that this pub will not let anyone in with an English flag, which is absolutely ridiculous, really.
I
in
feel like
England.
you're causing a bit of an issue, and I'd like you to leave before I call the police.
Yeah, I'll leave it. They've already been there. I'm leaving in my own time, don't worry. It's trespass, I'll leave slowly.
There's no violence, there's no nothing.
Well, this pub here will not let people in with England flags.
You're like the one from Trump. His bird.
I'm happy to let you
quite pretty as well.
take it off.
So I have to take my
I
England.
think they showed the flag at the end, at the very end. They show the flag. I thought they panned the camera to the flag at the end, chat. Maybe they did.
In my own time, don't worry. It's trespass, I'll leave slowly.
There's no violence, there's no nothing.
Well, this pub here will not let people in with England flags.
No, that's not a flag. That's just him holding the camera or something.
You're like
All right, Chad. So that's what's going on. That started a lot of uproar over there. Hold on, let me get to the other clip. So following all of this, I don't know exactly the date of this. It was released earlier this morning, but they're saying that this is what's going on in the streets out there, man. And they're saying it's a lot of civil unrest. They're saying both sides are not backing down. Both sides are not backing down. And to me, chat, it's just seeing it in America, the ban on flag burning, executive order, then having all of this going on at the same time. It's like, what's really going on in the world? Like, is the world just fed up right now? Chat, press 1 if you think the world is fed up both ways right now. Press 2 if you don't. But this is what's going on over here, man. These are the crowds. Going on, and then this is also going on right here. In response to those things, in response to those marches and flags going up everywhere around England right now. I told y'all over 1 million flags have been sold. These are the responses. So you see, that's one side that's there. Out there protesting, you know, marching, singing songs, bigging up England. Then you have this side here that's tearing down the flags. It says just like in Southport, they turn up to one of the protests en mass. One can be heard saying, "Well done for taking that flag off." That idiot. Patriots across the UK have to try and deal with this simply because they're putting flags up. One patriot even got petrol bombed after recently raising the flag. I don't know what petrol bombed is. Gas bomb? What is a gas bomb?
The police gave it back to me. No, well done. Thank you, guys. I'm the one that filmed you, lads. Thank you, guys. No, 100%. We're all here from the same community, but you guys need to make sure, one thing you guys need to make sure, them fuckers that are coming with these flags, you got
Hey, Rascal Beans, I got a phone number pinned. You can call in instead of just throwing shit, man. Like, if you want to promote your damn channel in here, bro, call in, promote your channel, Rascal Beans. I will live stream on my channel tomorrow and actually talk to people so everyone outside the UK can get the full story. I'm showing both sides. You can call in. I have the damn... I got a phone number. Like, it's pinned somewhere. You can call in. This is an open phone line. Like, what? Motherfuckers be wanting attention so bad. Matter of fact, call in, Rascal Beans. Here. There you go, Rascal Beans. Rascal Beans got his panty in a bunch, man. Nobody said they was from the same city, man. I read the clip at the beginning of it. I read the damn clip. What did it say? Matter of fact, let me pull it back for Rascal Beans, y'all. Just like in Southport, they turn up to one of the protests en masse. Nobody said it was the same one. I don't know what you so upset for, man. Call in, man. Call in, man. I got the phone number. We all waiting on you to call in. You have the information. You want us to wait till tomorrow for you to go live on your channel to tell us about it. When you sitting in here twiddling your thumbs, texting on your phone, replying to me when all you got to do is call in. Now you want to get banned. See, he wants to get banned. He wants me to ban him, right? So he can go make a video about me. That's what they do, y'all. They come in here, they throw little shit, you know what I'm saying? So they can get me to, you know, say something to him so they can go make a video about me. That's what they do. Don't nobody ban Rascal Beans. Just let him talk to himself in the comments. He don't want to call in. He just want to be seen. He don't really want y'all to know what's going on. Otherwise, he would have called the phone number. All right, I got this one right here. Yeah, little Rascal Beans, man. I wish Rascal Beans would call in, man. What's so crazy is when I first even pulled this on England, I said, I hope some people from over there call in and let us know, boots on the ground. Press 1 if y'all was in here when I said that. Matter of fact, we'll look at it right here.
YouTube's and cat.
With Liberty Music.
Yeah, my bad, chat. Let me get into the YouTube premium account, man. Let me get into the premium account so we ain't gotta have no ads.
Hello, welcome back to Jubes and Co with me, Dawn Neeson, keeping me company till 7 o'clock tonight. Is the head of reform, UK's Department of Government Efficiency, Azia Yousaf, and the former Labour Minister, Bill Rammell, and of course you out there, because you're the important ones. Lots of you getting in touch as well. Some I can't read out, to be honest with you. But Steve, this one's to you, Bill. He goes, whenever he's getting schooled in a debate, Bill always refers to Labour's default position. It was the Tories' fault. I mean, to be fair, Labour do that a bit.
It's technically true. You know, when we're talking about mass migration, that was where Boris opened the floodgates.
Okay, and on the subject of Angela Rayner's housing and Labour's rebuilding houses, or building more houses, Robert says, why are older house owners, pensioners, so insecure regarding...
Produced. They're the only inhabitants of these islands who...
Right, from motorway bridges and even painted onto route.
Now listen. I know I put in my title, England is in shambles. I know the thumbnail says Civil War and shit, but I'm just plugged. I'm from Arkansas now. I don't know who GB News is, but I'm assuming they're from England. They got 1.93 million. This is mainstream media. I know y'all don't like to trust mainstream news. So, for transparency, for no cherry-picked clips, let's see what they're saying. English Revolution on the horizon. They asking the same shit I'm asking, right? Right. Okay.
So, could this be the start of an English revolution? Historian and broadcaster Rafe Helder-Manku certainly thinks so. He had this to say earlier.
Over the more recent decades, the flag has had increased importance as we've seen attacks on our identity, as we've seen attempts to elevate other cultures over the predominant English and British culture. And I'm afraid the English have had enough. You know, the English have suffered silently over the years as their identity has been traduced. They're the only inhabitants of these islands whose celebrations of being English is frowned upon.
Zia, I think we are possibly the only country in the entire world that has a problem with our national flag, or the English flag, and to a certain extent the Union flag as well.
Well, when you say we, I'd agree, but when you say we, we're talking about the political establishment, the political elites. I mean, one thing Reform did shortly after May the 1st in the councils where we took control was our councils passed motions and said that the...
Hey, double tap the screen, shut a live out, man. We are 20 subs away from the next sub goal. We are 20 subs away from the next sub goal. Yeah, you know how it is. They don't, yeah, I ain't even finna feed into it. Double tap the screen, shut a live out. I appreciate each and every one of y'all for rocking with me this morning. We normally go live at nighttime, but I promised y'all a morning time live, and here we are.
Flags that could be flown on council premises. These were English councils. Were going to be the Union flag, the St George's flag, because they're English councils, the county flags, and flags for armed forces, and our monarch. And that was viewed as extremely controversial. And to this day, by the way, some of our councils are still fighting the blob about that. We have seen, you know, it's really interesting, as people brilliantly go out and raise flags across the country, the St George's flag and the Union flag, they're being told, well, why are you so focused on flags? Flags don't matter. Well, flags don't matter. Well, people in this country are sick and tired of the fact that every other flag was flown with enormous pride, including the Pride flag, the Palestinian flag, you know, all sorts of flags of other countries and political activists. But when it comes to, you know, the Union flag, when it comes to St George's flag, the flags of this country, that was something that was always to be looked down upon, and in fact not just not okay, but often associated with sinister and malevolent things. I mean, that was how outrageous the situation has become. So I totally agree with it. English people, British people had quite enough.
See, you don't have a problem with it. You are a person of colour. You don't have a problem with the flag.
Of course not. Of course not.
No.
Using the internet without...
Hey, she put him on the spot, didn't she? You don't have a problem with it. You're a person of color. You're a person of color. You don't got a problem with that flag, do you? Of course not. Of course not. I mean, why should he? This is an ad right here. I'm skipping through this damn ad, bro. That's a long ass ad too, chat.
from lampposts and motorway bridges.
Keir Starmer's made it very clear that this government supports the right of people to fly the flag. There have been a handful of local authorities who wholly wrongly, in my view, have sought to take down those flags, whilst, for example, allowing Palestinian flags to be flown.
Tower Hamlets Council for one in London.
Yeah, absolutely. And don't start me on the leader of Tower Hamlets.
Nor me.
But, you know, you should be able to fly the flag. But I will acknowledge this. On the left, historically, there has been an ambivalence about the flag because people saw it as being claimed by the far right. Now, I've always argued, and this government argues, that you reclaim.
So are they trying to treat the, what are they calling it? The St. Peace flag, the white flag with the red cross? Are they trying to treat that flag like the Confederate flag? Is that what it is, chat? Y'all let me know. What's his name? Lil Rascal. Lil Rascal, you from over there. Are they treating that flag like they treat the Confederate flag in America, Lil Rascal? Is the white flag with the red cross, or is that like America's Confederate flag? Let me know, Lil Rascal. You was real vocal a while ago.
Flag, you don't allow it to be taken up as the badge of honour of the far right. And if people want to fly it, they should be able to do so.
Do you think Trump's got a point here? In America today, he declared basically, that basically if you damage the American flag, you could face a year in jail. I mean, that is really, because he said there needs to be more integration, more patriotism. Do you think he's got a point?
Well, I think in America there is a great concern, like there is here, of a corrosion of national identity, of a large part of the elites, politically, and inside the civil service, who frankly hate the country. And I think we have that here too. We have that in many cases. I mean, you saw this at HMRC. You may have seen that news recently. This isn't a conspiracy theory. This is inside HMRC. Staff during the day were given the ability to go and spend time at taxpayer dime, going and doing a working session, a seminar on the guilt of being British. I mean, how insane is that? That is His Majesty's Revenue and Customs, taxpayer money being spent on time where people are spending doing that sort of thing. And we're seeing that across large parts of the civil service. So the reason why people are doing this, the reason why Operation Raise the Colours is having such an impact is because it is an act of defiance. It is an act of recognition, of pride in one's country.
Bill, we do seem to spend an awful lot of time in this country apologising for slavery, for racism, for imperialism. I mean, hell, literally for being white some of the time. Well, I mean, we are a great country. Our flag is something we should be proud of.
And look, you know, the campaigns on white historic guilt, I think, are wrong. And, you know, the campaigns for reparations are, you know, I think the demand for reparations, if it was ever fulfilled, and it won't be, is about 30 times annual public spending in Britain. The idea that any government in this country is going to see that amount of reparations is wholly wrong. And you have to, when you look at the past, you actually do have to be self-critical and sort the good from the bad. But the idea that you're ashamed of it, that you dispute it, I think is wholly wrong. And I think people do have a right to have not nationalist, but patriotic pride in their country.
So we agree on that, but it's Labour's Foreign Secretary, David Lammy. There's been no more prominent a voice advocating for reparations than David Lammy over the years, who is now the Foreign Secretary. So you disagree firmly with him, do you?
Give me one statement David has made since he's been Foreign Secretary supporting the call for reparations.
That doesn't mean he doesn't believe it. That doesn't mean he doesn't believe it. But I will say this: the whole genesis and foundation of the horrendous Chagos deal is absolutely based on this idea of guilt. The fact that we have ceded sovereign territory, and we're going to pay tens of billions, probably closer to 100 billion adjusted for inflation over the next 99 years to lease it back, is because of a judgment from a foreign court with no enforceability. And there is no doubt, if you look at the academic literature that preceded all of that stuff, that it is based around this concept of guilt. And while David Lammy may have not talked about reparations since he became Foreign Secretary, he has talked a number of times about his political career, probably more so than anyone in British politics.
Pablo, you said read your comments. I'm reading this comment. If you want your comments read every time, you probably gonna have to get a membership so you can have a green button, buy my wrench, or send a super chat, man. Chill out, Pablo. What did you say though? Great Britain made up 4 different countries, all with their own flag. The Union Jack is a combination of some of them. Okay, look, I got a phone number up here too, Pablo. If you want to call in, calling in is free. If you want to call in and give us some, education, if that's where you from or you know it, you can call in. It's free. It's a Google Voice number. You can call private, whatever. Oh, you talking to JG? Oh, all right, my bad. Damn. I done wasted a lot of breath. Y'all double tap the screen, shut a live out.
At a senior level,
I'm a former Foreign Office Minister who had responsibility for the Chagos Islands. Nobody.
So you're going to apologise for that?
No, nobody has lived in the Chagos Islands for about 50 years. The reason that we cut the deal was that there was a massive risk that we wouldn't be able to secure the base in Diego Garcia. That's why we struck that deal. That's why President Trump supported us in striking that deal. And the idea that
President Trump supported us doing the deal because we're paying for it. British taxpayers are paying for it.
And it's a good deal to secure a major base that is in our national interests.
Right, okay, well, we'll leave that one there because we have run out of time, unfortunately. Let me know what you think about that one. We did wander off topic a bit there, but, I mean, patriotism, the flags, why are we so ashamed of our country's flag? Let me know what you're thinking on that one at gbnews.com/yoursay.
That's crazy, chat. That's crazy, chat. I'm not gonna lie. I'm trying to see where all of this shit started, chat. Where did all of this start?
There's this idea called Operation Raise the Colours, which are the colours of the various flags that represent England or Britain. It's spread to towns and cities. It's spread to...
It sounds like he do not want to be covering this story. Whoever this is talking right now does not want to be covering this story. It's all in his voice.
Good morning to you if you're watching or listening in Bradford, Newcastle, Norwich, Swindon, because you're all doing it, and people are putting up England and British flags in defiance of council bans.
Yes, it's a patriotism campaign. London
Power, what it do?
Tower Hamlets has vowed to take them down, and we're asking the question today: should we be proud to fly the British flag? To debate this, political commentator Mike Jones, social commentator Emma.
Hey, look, chat. Serious moment. We are 3 subscribers away from 30,300 subscribers. Please subscribe to the channel. Double tap the screen. Share the live out. If you are watching on your phone, the subscribe box is at the very top. And if you tap twice really fast on your screen, you will like the video. Thank you.
Mike, how proud are you?
I'm very proud indeed. The Union Jack is an iconic flag. You know, it represents the continuity of the Crown, the historic achievements of the British people, and the uniting of distinct nations under one banner. Mm-hmm. But, you know, let's be clear about one thing. You know, when people wave or don the Union Jack, they're not trying to make an academic point about history. They're expressing pride in their nation, in the homeland their families grew up in.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Well,
you know,
that's the way it should be, and if that's the way it was, and make it.
There's no way he just did that to the guest on the show. Did he just wipe his eyes like, oh, I'm tired of hearing this dude fucking talk, and like, yeah, whatever. It's no way they doing this over here on English News, chat. What?
Wave or don the Union Jack. They're not trying to make an academic point about history. They're expressing pride in their nation, in the homeland their families grew up in.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Well,
you know,
that's the way it should be, and if that's the way it was, and Mike, you know, I respect what you're saying, and I respect the ideal of it. But Amaran, I am sort of agreeing with you because I am from Northern Ireland, and it is so divisive. And when you live somewhere, it's like having a dog pee against a lamppost and says, you can't come in here, this is our territory, whether you're green or whether you're blue on this one. But so I understand. Mike, what Mike's saying, the ideal of what Mike's saying is absolutely perfect and right. But in practice, Amaran, it can be different.
I totally agree with you, and I'm very grateful that you see both of our points. I think that every country in the world should have pride. We all need pride. but we should pick our flags wisely. So let's just be clear. The British flag is the Union flag. That's the truth. It represents all countries. It represents the Commonwealth. It represents the British overseas territories, whereas St. George's flag does not. It actually excludes. It excludes everyone because it only represents England. It doesn't represent Scots. It doesn't represent the Welsh. And it doesn't represent Northern Ireland. So yes.
Except that when you go into those other constituent parts, they don't really feel like they have the same sort of connotation, do they? I mean, if you go to Wales and you see a Welsh flag flying, it doesn't really have those same sort of connotations as the flag of St. George's. And there will be people who are saying, but we need to reclaim them. We need to reclaim them from the far, that they have been, there's this feeling they've been hijacked by the far right. And if actually we take the sting out of it, by flying them everywhere, perhaps that's a good thing. If I can put that in.
Penny, thank you. I think that's a very valid point. I think that when something has been hijacked by far right or extremists, you should reclaim it and claim it as your own. So I totally agree with that. But we also have to take into consideration the fact that Tower Hamlets is predominantly Asian. It is predominantly Asian, about approximately 44%. It is predominantly Bangladeshi and Muslim, 39.9%. So I would argue that the council is merely trying to cater to their constituents. That is the truth.
But those constituencies, for all the things you said, which are true, Amaran, but they now live in England. And a lot of people will be saying, you know, when in England be English?
I totally agree. I do believe that if you are going to live in a country, you should first and foremost respect and adhere to the rules of the country, embrace the British values, and also lead with empathy. Now this is where we go awry, and I think this is where the balance has kind of gone awry, in truth. There are many kind of areas within London or England or the UK where there are areas that have predominantly Muslim or predominantly black, and it's just about understanding that
using the internet without
they don't bullshit over there. Whatever news network, GB News, bro, they not bullshitting. When they tired of hearing you, bro, they gonna cut you the fuck off, bro. Straight up.
Everything there, Mike. What would you say from what we have been saying? We have been debating. We have been.
Hey, whoever dude is right there, he don't give a damn who you are. There's no being long-winded on his watch, bro. He's gonna make it very obvious that he's annoyed and he wants you to shut the hell up so he can get on with the show. I don't know if this is a segment, if it's timed or what, but Buddy's not playing. He's not playing.
Right here, you've been listening. What do you think?
Well, what's surreal is that we're having this debate at all. In almost any other country, it would be considered absurd, even pathological.
Absolutely right. And in America, mate, look at how the difference is how anybody, whatever country they're from, wherever they've emigrated from to be in America, still swear allegiance to that flag and salute that flag.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think flying the flag is an inherently good thing. The people who are offended by this
what flag? Sorry to interrupt, sir, but what flag? Because we have two, the Union flag and St. George's flag. So let's be specific when we talk about it's about pride and flying our flag. What flag are you talking about, sir?
The debate is about the Union Jack, and I'm Welsh, by the way. So, you know, I fly the Welsh flag when I'm in Wales or when I'm in England watching a rugby match, but I have absolutely no problem with English people flying the St. George's Cross. I mean, I think that's perfectly reasonable. And, you know, we can get very petty about this and talk about people getting offended. And you have, you know, sort of professional grievance mongers who will try to gin up resentment. But at the end of the day, you know, Britain is not just an economic grazing strip. And if more and more people are getting offended by the British flag or the St. George's Cross, then that actually symbolises a big problem that we have.
I think we have to leave it there, but thank you very much to both of you. Mike Jones, political commentator who's currently in Wales, and Iman Aiton, who's also a commentator who's in London. There is a spokesman for Tower Hamlets Council statement. While we recognise people wish to express their views, we have a responsibility to monitor and maintain council infrastructure. Where flags are attached to council-owned infrastructure without permission, this comment says they may be removed as part of routine maintenance.
Right, so do you know what that means?
It means we're taking them down.
They're taking them down from lampposts and things.
Taking them down
That's
from
what they
lampposts.
mean.
But
So they're saying that this is not a council decision on council-owned property or whatever. This is
Who
people.
owns the lampposts,
This is people who walk around and say, "This is our street. We are putting this flag on here, and it says we are English or we are British," which is fine. But it can also say, "And if you don't adhere to this, you are not welcome in this street." And that's very much the way flags are used in Northern Ireland.
And that is why there's a much more nuanced approach to this. And it isn't just the same as saying, you know, this is good and this is bad. Patriotism or patriotism is good. And
if you don't have a problem with that, that's fine. And there are people, Mike said, "Oh, this is not about history," whatever. It's not. In Northern Ireland, flags are used to celebrate something that happened in 1690. And you know, it is
commemorate, perhaps.
It is complicated. It is complicated, and it can be very sensitive for.
Hey, I need everybody to double tap the screen, shut a live out. We are 15 subscribers away from the next sub goal. We go live every single day. We're talking politics, entertainment, and current events. Right now, we're diving into the England's flag controversy. The England's flag controversy. I do have one more clip that I'm going to play after this about the England flag controversy from a different source. I don't know these English news networks. This is GB News. They're saying it's like Fox. So I pulled up a different one so we can kind of get it from a couple different angles.
A lot of people, and I hope we've tried to reflect that this morning, and hopefully at the same time try to respect it. So thank you very much indeed. And this is the Express are carrying this story today, Esther, and it's saying councils take down England flags. Now, being from Northern Ireland, I am very flag sensitive, and I don't think this is as simple as the newspapers would like to make out, that all the councils are wrong doing this. What is a flag doing up a lamppost in the first place is my point. We're not talking about council offices here or whatever. We're talking about taking down flags that are on lampposts.
Yes, this is part of Operation Raise the Colours. So the supporters are trying to revive a sense of patriotism in the country, and so they've been putting up flags all over the place on flag posts and in councils. But the councils that are receiving the most criticism is Birmingham City Council and now most recently Tower Hamlets Council for taking it down, saying it could flag some sort of divisive sentiment in the community, which is strange because it's the flag of St. George's Cross is the flag of England. Why would that be divisive?
You see, in Northern Ireland, it's completely different. It's territorial, it's religious. It's not. So what you're seeing there is, if you saw an English flag or a Union Jack or whatever, it says this is a Protestant area. If you see a tricolour, which it represents the Republic of Ireland, you're saying this is a Republican or nationalist area, Catholic area, and it's quite obvious, and it is very intimidating. It is honestly like dogs peeing against lampposts. That is what
and it
it's
has
like.
been hijacked by the far right. That is the problem with the England flag, and in some ways there will be people saying let's reclaim the flag.
But I think it's an historical assumption that why the council are getting involved in the first place I don't quite know, because anybody should be able to appreciate anything that they want within reason. But I used to live in America. Everybody has their flags out there. They're very proud of their national outlook. In this country, we tend to think of flags when there's a football game on, an England game, and you get those plastic free flags that are given away with your groceries when you go to
That's a very
Sainsbury's.
good distinction you've made. You're absolutely right. Everybody in America, they respect the flag, they salute the
Double tap the screen, shut a live out. We are 20 subs away from the next sub goal. Justin, I am the voice of the politically homeless. They would like to label me a moderate, a centrist. They like to call me a centrist. I call out both sides for the good, the bad, and the ugly. People call me out in this on this live stream every single night, and I call you motherfuckers out too. I wasn't supposed to be cussing. I was supposed to say that for the night show, but yeah, that's how it goes over here. Voice of the politically homeless. I don't care if you far left, far right, black, white, dark or bright, an alien, an Indian, a robot, a cat, an NPC. You can call that number and have a conversation with me.
Whatever. How come Britain is
Well, they saw allegiance to it.
And also it's three different, and also because, you know, it's different when it's the Union flag as to whether it's the constituent part.
You said, what do black Americans think about their flag? What is the black American flag? I think it's just one American flag. I never knew there was a black American flag. I didn't get the memo for the black American flag. I didn't get that memo.
I think it's quite telling that you said that it's been kind of co-opted by the far right, because I think that's precisely the problem. It's trying to change that narrative of saying this is a flag, this represents all of us in this country, and therefore there should be pride within it, without allowing a set narratives to take root. And I think the criticism here by Tower Hamlets Council is because they allowed Palestinian flags to be flown in Britain, but for some reason English flags are not allowed, which is quite jarring.
I think that's my point, is historically you think if you have an English flag, there's some reason why you have it. And if it's not a football game, you're making a big statement. When I drive up from London down to Wrexham, which is a regular thing, once a week with my kids, we always have a competition that when we get into Wales, welcome to Wrexham. How many Welsh dragons can you find, Daddy? Hardly see any. Absolutely amazing.
As well, in the issue of patriotism, Emma in Barnsley, who's a southerner up north, she says, how has it got to this where we take down our flag in preference to others? We are British, we should be proud of it and able to fly our flag as long as we like. We've lost our boys and people are using the flag as our voice because people are frightened to speak.
Oh, y'all talking about the Pan-African flag? Yeah, let me look it up right quick, hold on. What's going on, caller? What's your name? Where you calling from? You kind of low.
This is Justin from South Carolina.
What's up, Justin from South Carolina? Give me 1 second and I'm going to get right with you. I'm trying to look up this. Oh, you talking about the Pan-African? Yeah, I ain't flying that Pan-African flag. I'm not going to lie to y'all, bro. Like, that, listen, bro, I'm not flying that Pan-African flag, man. Y'all can do that. To each his own, man. I'm not flying that Pan-African flag, man. I'm just going to keep it real with y'all. No side. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, man, I done had too many people call in. I done been on other platforms and shit, and they don't respect the black Americans, man. They don't respect the black Americans. They don't look at themselves like us, man. They not fucking with us, man. The first thing, the moment they called me the hard ER, I was like, oh, this can't be real. Like, what? Like, what? Are we serious here? But go ahead, caller from South Carolina, Justin. Go ahead, Justin.
Yeah, so I just, I scrolled across your feed. I took that little poll. I saw all the flags in the background. And, it's obviously in the news, salient right now. And the poll read 13% would burn their national flag.
Correct. Can you speak up a little bit? You just sound far away. You sound far away. I know they're not going to be able to hear you.
Here, I'll take it off speakerphone.
Oh yeah, you a lot better now. A lot better.
So, like I was saying, I came across your feed, took the poll about burning your national flag, and then after taking it, showed 13% would burn their national flag, and to me that is travesty in the sense that it's far, far too low. I'm a combat veteran. I spent 5 years in the military, 2 years of which I served in Iraq. And
thank you for your service.
Understanding the Constitution, having a political science degree, being an educator in middle school in history, it just me to see where we're at right now and to see that only 13% of your viewers understand what the First Amendment and freedom of speech really is about. We should not at all be making our allegiance, and that's why I really freaking hate the Pledge of Allegiance, and I never made any of my students do it, and I didn't do it as well as a teacher, because we don't pledge our allegiance to a fucking flag. We don't pledge our allegiance to the allegiance allegiance is to the Constitution and to the idea of the Constitution. And until you can even understand that, you need to be pledging allegiance. That's called manipulation, and it's called brainwashing and propagandizing. It's why you see telling their flock, telling their sheep to bring their children in early, get their children indoctrinated. And it's disgusting, and it's ruining our country, and that's why we have this fucking crazed presidency right now, this demagogue making rules that you know, for the 1%, happiest of people. And I understand the distribution of intelligence enough to know that it get worse if we don't read a fucking book in this country and encourage our fellow man to understand what the fuck they're doing and to think about what they're doing and stop just being so blind and acquiescing to power grabs and to the rich. It's disgusting. And so 13%, it got me kind of fired up, as you see. People need to understand what the fuck this life is all about, how money is made, how power is used, and start using their individual power to better their lives and stop trying to take so much from everybody else.
Okay. No, I like that take, man. I do like your take on that. The question was kind of a personal question. It wasn't like it was like, would you personally burn the flag? Now I do understand that.
Everybody personally should be willing to burn the flag. I'll personally burn the flag. That's the point. Is because personally you live by a code. Personally you have values. Personally you make decisions, and your decisions cannot interfere with other people's decisions. That is what freedom is. You know, that's where I should say that's where freedom ends. You don't have the right to interfere with my freedom.
Okay, you on the roll, man. Okay, so what issues today? You know, just as you as a caller, you know, this is an open platform. I want to. What issues today would you take up with burning the flag? Like, what has you at the point ready to burn the flag? You know, I just want to hear from you.
That the president thinks that he can unilaterally, an executive order, making it a criminal offense when it's enshrined in the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, that we can protest. Because that's a passive protest. Burning a flag is a passive protest. You're not actively interfering with anybody. Like let's say in the 1950s, when black and women would sit in white-only restaurants, they were actively protesting because their bodies are keeping other patrons from sitting in those seats, from white patrons. So that's an active protest. But burning a flag is a passive protest and is a freedom of choice. Like, that's an ability that you can do. And when you start limiting freedom, you start losing your other, you know, you just lose them. You're losing your freedoms. So we have to decide, is America about losing freedoms or is it about increasing freedoms? And the Constitution and the way that history has unfolded has been to increase freedoms. So your listeners can understand what a freedom is. Freedom is nothing more than choice. So to exercise choice is to exercise freedom. And that's why billionaires have more choices, so they have more freedom. We're giving them more and more. And at what cost? It's the cost of the everyday man, the blue collar, the working man. And woman, obviously. I just use that as the proverbial.
No, I do agree, caller, that today's times are very troubling. It is moving very, very fast. Executive order after executive order. We are seeing a lot of things be impeded upon. You know, sending National Guards to states without governors requesting, actually governors saying don't send them. It's a lot going on.
Right.
But for me, I guess it's just a personal thing, man. I just couldn't see myself burning a flag until it was to that, you know. Once I burn the flag, it's kind of like I turn my back on my country. That's just me, you know. And I'm here to have that conversation with you,
Yeah.
you know. That's just me. That's a personal thing. I feel
Well,
like
let's talk about that. Let's talk about those values, about why you feel
because
much pride
okay.
in America.
I can tell you why. I can break this down for you why. Me personally, the America is the only thing that I know. Like my heritage, like I'm not. We don't trace our heritage back to Africa. Like my people were here, indigenous to here. Yes, the land was stolen and everything, but for as me, I don't have another country. Like when me as a Black American, if I get people run around knocking me out or anything, like no other country's gonna speak up for me. You know, it was other Americans that, you know, pushed us through. I don't have anything else. Like I don't have any. I don't
so
have
what
any.
you're saying is,
Go ahead.
you have a community, right?
Not even just a community. It's just America. Like when I think that not you. I'm not saying you, but I believe that the world has this view of, I seen it in my chat earlier, that like all Black people are just like, oh, it's all Black people, but like it's kind of not like that. Like we're as Black Americans, we're looked down upon throughout the world. Like we don't have any country that's gonna speak. Like I can't say, oh, my family is from this part of Africa over here and they were this religion. You know what I'm saying? Like no, even if I went over there talking this shit, they wouldn't accept it.
Well, so I just got back from Africa.
Correct.
On the 20th. Egypt, which is more Middle East than Africa. But either way, so I travel the world. My girlfriend's German, and I would argue that the rest of the world doesn't look down on you, doesn't look down on Black Americans, doesn't do that. They look down on Americans in general.
Okay.
Most of the world, I would say, European especially. So when you talk about third world countries, they don't give a shit about you. They don't know nothing about you. They're just trying to survive. So that's a very egotistical, self-centered viewpoint, in my opinion, just because
it can be. I'm speaking on you know, I've been doing this content for a while, so you know I haven't, you know, had all of the experiences. I'm not here to say I am, but the one thing that I find common is when I have these debates, no matter how straightforward and, you know, clean I try to keep it, I always end up getting called the hard ER, and it's most likely by someone with the same skin tone as me, but they're not Black American.
fair enough. People suck no matter where you go. My attempt at this, I would like to argue with you, is that you can find people in America, you can find white people in America, you can find every demographic in America, at least one person from every demographic in America to use the hard ER with you, the N-word, right? Racism and hatred of the other, quote unquote, of the other, deep throughout the world, and it runs deep, ignorant. So that's what you have to understand. You have to elevate yourself above that nonsense, and don't let other people's ignorance affect your inability to find community throughout the world and find truth, in the sense that being proud of your heritage is good, but what's better is being proud of your humanity.
No, most definitely. I'm not gonna push back on you. I'm not the biggest humanitarian. I am a humanitarian to a certain extent, but I can be honest. I'm not the biggest humanitarian, and that is something I have worked on over the last 6 months to a year.
can I just give you a point on that? Because I'm not asking you to give money or give time or volunteer time to be a quote-unquote humanitarian.
Correct.
What you need to understand about humanity, the reason that the United States has the rule of law, because it's the golden rule, treat others how you want to be treated, right? Not religious. I don't believe in a deity. And I have morals based in my humanistic belief system, which is I don't want to be murdered. I don't want to go around murdering people. It's not fun for me, and I don't want that shit on me. So in that sense, I'm a humanitarian. I believe in humanity. I don't want to be stolen from, so I don't go around stealing from people. I don't want to get carjacked, so I don't go around carjacking people, because it's a negative feedback loop, right? I would prefer seeing positive feedback loops. And so all I use is logic to create a future in which I want to live, right? I want to live in a society that has trust, where I can trust the people around me not to kill me. I can trust that I can, if something happens, I won't go bankrupt trying to get health care. I want the trust in that, like going into Europe and Germany, right? Pay high taxes. Well, guess what? We pay high taxes too because of all our sales tax and all these other miscellaneous taxes. But we don't get shit for it. Over there, they get which they complain about all the time, is their public transportation. They get free fucking education as well. If you're able to pass a test to college, you get to go to college. But of course, you have to pass the test. It ain't everybody's made to go to college over there. You get services for your taxes.
So you
get arrested. If you get arrested, you go before the judge and then you go home and you have to report to jail. You self-report to jail. That's the kind of fucking trust I want in our society. But we don't have that. Why? Because we're too busy having to fight burning a fucking flag nonsense. Like, it's so stupid to make that an issue. The president, not you, the president's making that an issue because it takes away from our ability to worry about what we need to worry about, which is expanding society's ability to provide for itself. It's not about society providing for individuals, because that's the fucking cry of the far-right libertarian Republican. I don't want to pay taxes, blah, blah, blah. No, this shit is to help society better itself, society as an entity. So if you think about it that way on a macro scale, these things become more clear, more evident. And then, yes, you have to understand it in the micro scale to put it into practice. And that's where all the bitching and complaining comes from, because people don't want to take the responsibility, that the individual responsibility. They don't want to take it. People are fucking lazy in America, and it's disgusting.
Okay. No, Carla, I appreciate you for your insight, man. That was a nice conversation.
Yeah, I just think about it.
I definitely mentioned it yesterday. I seen a video of the lady burning the flag and she threw it in the fire pit, and I said, man, she just burnt that flag. I said, that's crazy. Other countries, they can't do this. They can't do that. And then I woke up the next morning and it was an executive order, and I was like, wow, that's crazy. But I think it's going to go to the Supreme Court. I think the Supreme Court is going to shoot it down. It's just got a matter of time before it gets there.
Well, that's the thing, is I'm not sure that the Supreme Court will shoot it down anymore. It's, the 5 conservative judges are bought and paid for. So I'm not sure anymore. My sister's in an interracial marriage. I believe that'll be outlawed soon. I believe gay marriage is going to be the next. Gay marriage is on the chopping block next. Then interracial marriage will be next. Then we're going to have the Jim Crow South again, because it's states' rights, which is what we saw in 1865. Which is an economic system, but it's based on. Anyway, so
that's 1865. What was that, Jackson?
Well, that's when Jim Crow started. and after after the Civil War, after
Yeah, that's when
slavery was
Jackson. That's
ended
when they had put the
nationally.
special order out, and then Jackson came back and took all the land back and paid reparations to the slave owners. I remember that. I believe that was 1865.
Well, it's probably a little bit after that if it's Jackson. But yeah, or before. Andrew Jackson. Yeah, Andrew Jackson's way before. He was the Trail of Tears. Lincoln.
Oh, it was Johnson.
Andrew Johnson.
It was Johnson.
Andrew Johnson. Yeah, Johnson. Right. Yeah, he was a Southern Democrat. Right. So right, and that's we're going, and that's the problem with America, and that's what the problem. That's why we have to fight for these rights. Especially burning the flag, is because America was built off of Puritan ideas. So the Puritans were kicked out of Europe because of their religious beliefs were too strict, too legalistic, too fundamental, right? So they weren't allowed to they were causing problems in Europe. So they were kicked out of Europe and came to America to start a shining city on a hill, right? To recreate a Garden of Eden, a very legalistic utopia for white men, Christian. We're dealing with the repercussions of that. We have a very twisted sense of religion here in America. It's akin to Islam in its adherents, right? So very minimalist and Zion zealotry, high zealotry throughout America's evangelical national Christian nationalism movement. It's causing problems. We're going to lose. Women are going to have to fight for the right to vote. Like I saw recently, it was a great example of like in all 50 states, men have government dictating their health choices. 36 states, women have, the legislatures and states dictate how women's health care is administered. It's just we're moving backwards, and we're moving backwards because of these things that happened in the past, and because we've allowed money to infiltrate the government at obscene levels, and we're losing our freedoms because of it. And this is a very big step toward losing freedom. Losing the freedom of speech is going to be the domino that breaks all. That's the First Amendment. That's going to be the domino that breaks the back of the rest. So.
Well, I appreciate you for calling in.
I'm really saying all this stuff for your viewers, so people will hear that this stuff needs to be talked about. People need to hear the opposite side in a coherent argument, because what's being put out by the media is not coherent. The media, and the legacy media especially, are bought and paid for by the corporations. That's what they call corporate Democrats. Republicans are bought and paid for by their lobbyists, the military-industrial complex, obviously big media as well, and corporations, gun lobbies. There's just so many, and then because Reagan married Nixon too married the evangelical movement to the Republican Party. We have now this of laws coming down the pike when it comes to abortion and same-sex marriage and all these states' rights issues. And that's going to lead us back to Jim Crow. As a black man, you should worry about that.
Okay, no, we talk about it a lot over here. We do talk about it a lot. I says the left, they have some things that they need to get together, and the right is taking us on a rollback tour, man. We can't act like I even spoke about it as far back as the Black History celebration at the White House. Then the very next day, they fired the highest ranking black military member. You know, we've been talking about it
Yeah,
over
it's that
for
bullshit
sure.
right there. Yeah, it's all tongue in cheek. You know, they just like it's like having a token black person on your. If
Then
you
they
look at
had
his
Tiger
administration,
Woods
he has
talk.
one black man, and where is he at?
Then it's the Black History celebration. They have Tiger Woods talk, the one guy that said, "Hey, I'm not black." You know what I'm saying? I'm this, this, and this. You know, like you got people like Robert Smith, black billionaire, and you know what I'm saying? You got other black billionaires that you could have had talk, but you pick Tiger Woods, which he's a good golfer, but he on record saying like, "I'm not black."
Yeah. Yeah. So you know, and that's the kind of stuff. It's like it's just enough to. It's called plausible deniability. It's have just enough of something so that you can say, look, and you can point to it. If he really cared, it would be in his actions, right? You can tell everybody by their actions, and that's the thing. People need to stop listening to this man speak and start looking at what he's doing. And the fact that people listen to him anyway it blows my mind because he's a fucking narcissist liar. Done nothing but lied.
Well,
I get it.
I'm gonna get back to the chat, Justin. I appreciate you for calling
man,
in.
good.
But we're gonna go back live later on tonight too. I'm gonna finish this clip, then we'll go back live later on tonight, man. I appreciate you for calling in, man. Be sure to subscribe to the channel and give us a call back.
I appreciate you too.
Hey, man.
Thanks for the time.
Nah, man, that was a good caller, man. He stood on business. He did bounce around topics, but when we got to the flag and the burning the flag, you know, a lot goes into that with, you know, culture, nationality, what do they call that? Having pride for your country, all of that, man. Patriotism. But yeah, that's crazy, man. Yeah, you can call in, kid. If you want to call in, you can call in. The phone lines are still open. I'm finna get back into this clip. I'm just trying to break down what the caller was saying. He's saying that the executive order to ban flags was, you know, his tipping point. It had him riled up. Man. Let's get into this clip. What No Child Left State did you come out of? Shit, Arkansas. If you want to be real, 48th in education. Let's be real. We wasn't that bad when I went to school, though, Chad. We wasn't that far back.
I really think an important point is what about the king? What does he think about the flag being taken down for others?
The number's the pinned comment. The number should be the pinned comment. The 512 number should be the pinned comment.
If the Queen was alive today, do you really think this would be happening? The whole thing is extreme. I cannot believe I'm even texting this. A lot of people sharing that. Emma, thank you very much indeed for that. Of course, Keir Starmer, we are told, backs the flag, both being flown, and the spirit of them. The Union flag and the St George's flag are the ones in question here. Yet councils like Tower Hamlets and in Birmingham removing them under flimsy sort of safety excuses seems to be the standard response now. Tower Hamlets, led by disgraced Mayor Lutfur Rahman, allow Palestinian flags to stay, although he did take them down last year, while we now know that the St George's flags have got to come down. So what is the deal here?
Oh yeah, double tap the screen, shut it live out. We're 20 subscribers away from the next sub goal, man. We are 20 subscribers away from the next sub goal.
Aman Bogle, founding chairman of Global Britain UK. First, Malcolm Farrow, president of the Flag Institute. Good afternoon to you, Malcolm.
Good afternoon. President of the Flag Institute. So this dude right here know what the hell going on with them flags. This dude right here know. Oh, thank you for the super sticker, Karen. Everybody give Karen some likes on that super sticker. Thank you, Karen, for the super sticker. Karen said that she'll take on Justin, the caller that just came in. Thank you, Karen. Welcome back, Karen. But yeah, this guy's from the Flag Institute. He knows about them flags for sure.
Many people will not even be familiar with the mighty Flag Institute, which is a crime in itself.
It is. They all ought to be familiar, and they all ought to join the Flag Institute. That would be even better.
Indeed. I mean, flags, there's a lot of history to flags, obviously. They do mean something, and invariably,
Hey, Mama Money.
I think in this country, the flags, both the collective Union Jack, the Union flag, as well as each country's own flag symbols are really quite beautiful things. I mean, they're quite nice to look at. Quite why anybody would be offended by them is a mystery.
It's a mystery to me as well, because flags are extremely important symbols of common purpose, of unity, of community cohesion, of a sense of oneness, and can appeal to people who are otherwise have little in common. Wherever you come from, whatever your background, whatever your race, religion, culture or creed, your national flag is something you can stand and hold hands with your neighbour beneath, and you're equal under the flag, and we should be proud to fly our flags to show our common purpose together.
Should they be? I mean, is there a flag protocol? Flags often live up a mast. We know that they sometimes hang from a particular building. Sometimes they're waved at a jubilee or a coronation, that kind of stuff. Should we be mindful of where we put flags, or is it anything goes when it comes to a flag?
Well, up to a point, anything goes. But I mean, common sense and balance needs to be applied to all of this, and a flag needs to be treated with respect and dignity because it reflects and represents the entire nation. So it deserves great respect. If your listeners look on the Flag Institute website, there are guides there as to how best to fly your flag, where to fly it, how to treat it, which order the flag should go in. All that sort of thing is covered on the Flag Institute website.
Yeah.
So there are protocols, and they are there.
So the protocols are there. There's a frustration, I think, for some people putting up flags. It's not just about wanting a flag up there. It's sort of making a wider point about British identity.
Yes. The fact is that in the past we were not a very flaggy nation, because in the distant past we were an homogenous nation. People grew up in the same village and lived there all their lives and never went anywhere and didn't know anyone who didn't look like them or speak like them. But at that time we exported our flags all over the world. These were the days of the British Empire. That's long gone now, and then it's now become the Commonwealth. And since the Second World War, we have become an extremely diverse nation. So now we do actually need to fly flags to show that we are a united common population with ideas in common. We didn't need to do that in the past, but we do need to do it now. And the example of people who do that so very well are Canada, Australia, and the United States, to name just three. And because they started with diverse populations and had to bring them together to a sense of a common national identity. And now we need to do a bit of that ourselves. So I think the councils in question here in these arguments should use a little bit of consideration and take a nuanced approach to this and work with the communities they represent, if they do represent these communities, work with them to work out how best to address the obvious wish to fly these flags. Sometimes they're flown from lampposts and things like that. Well, I'm not going to sit here and suggest people break the law, obviously, but there's nothing wrong really with flying a flag from a lamppost.
Not really.
Do that
I mean,
there's
greater offences. I think
there are greater offences, and the council could work with the local communities to ensure that this happens properly, because it looks good. It looks great. People can go out in the morning and say, hey, we're all together under these flags. We can all hold hands and move ahead together in unity.
100%. Malcolm, it's been great having you on. Thank you, sir. We will speak again. Malcolm Farrow, President of the Flag Institute. Shouldn't every town hall, just by default, have the country flags outside? You could have the Union flag, you can have...
Affordable computer service by KID. To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press...
What's going on, caller?
Not much. I just wanted to touch in a little bit on what the guys were saying. Each country has their own flag. They want to represent the entire nation. Great Britain has their Union Jack, which represents not just but also Scotland and part of Ireland, and loosely related Canada, New Zealand, and
okay.
Now, people say the Constitution gives us the right to burn the American flag in protest. It does not anywhere in the Constitution empirically state that we can. The Supreme Court back in the 1980s made a ruling that says that we can burn it in protest. Give me a minute. We got a couple of F-15s going over.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
No, you good.
The Supreme Court said we could. Now, the Supreme Court has also said that it is fallible. Sometimes gets stuff wrong. When it comes down to it, if we burn another country's flag, get upset, and they call us out on it on the world stage. We burn the LGBTQ flag. It's a hate crime. When it comes right down to it, burning the American flag, whether they're in the U.S. or another country, is a hate crime. We call countries out in the Middle East when they burn our flag, call them out on it on the world stage for the news. People say, oh, we can burn the flag because it's a protest. There is only one time where the American flag should be burned, is when it's torn, tattered, and it is dirty or it has touched the ground.
Okay, 1 second, caller. 1 second, caller. Karen, it says 1989 Supreme Court decision. Texas v. Johnson held in a 5-4 ruling that burning the American flag constitutes protected political speech under the First Amendment.
It is
invalidating flag that invalidated flag desecration laws in 48 states. So 48 states had flag desecration laws, and the Supreme Court ruled that it's under protected speech in Texas v. Johnson. Go ahead.
Again, though, the Supreme Court has also said that sometimes its rulings are fallible.
Right. They was just asking me for the ruling, so I was giving them the ruling.
Anyways, there's only one time, well, one small group of time where the flag should be burned or is burned. It's when it's been, like I said, desecrated. Somebody peed on it, threw it on the ground, stomped on it. You respectfully fold it like you would when it's draped over a casket. And you put it on a pyre. Same with if it's torn, tattered. It has touched the ground. Those are the times where burning any flag, not just the U.S. flag, is considered appropriate. And that's my view on it. Wonderful day.
All right, man. Appreciate you, caller. Mama Money said, plug. What's up, Mama Money? Okay. He said that it should only be burned when it's desecrated on. If this happens on the world stage, another country was burning American flags, we would be outraged. If we burn other countries' flags, they are outraged. So he doesn't have a problem with it. But I did pull up the article about the Supreme Court ruling. It said that flag desecration was they did have laws protecting against flag desecration in 48 states, but in 1989 Supreme Court decision in Texas v. Johnson held 5-4 ruling burning American flag constitutes protected political speech under the First Amendment. Justice William Brennan authored the majority opinion stating that the government cannot prohibit expression simply because society finds it offensive. Notably, conservative Justice Antonian Scholar, often cited as a model by Trump, was part of the majority in Texas v. Johnson, a fact that has drawn criticism from within conservative circles, as President J.D. Vance and now others support Trump's move against the ruling. Trump's executive order attempts to circumvent the ruling by directing prosecutors to charge flag burners with related offenses such as destruction of property, disorderly conduct, or violations of local open burning laws, rather than directly criminalizing flag desecration. The amendment argues that flag burning is uniquely offensive and provocative and may incite violence. Though Trump offered no specific examples, and civil liberty experts note there is no evidence of widespread flag burning or associated violence. Legal scholars and free speech advocates have questioned the orders if it was constitutional, emphasizing that the presidential executive order cannot override a Supreme Court decision. However, the current court's more conservative composition, including 3 justices appointed by Trump, may make revisiting the issue feasible. That's what they're saying is going on right there, man.
George's flag in England's case, and you can have the flag or the symbol of your town or county. That would make sense, wouldn't it? Surely. So Kent County Council, for example, would have a Union Jack or Union flag. They'd have a St. George's flag, then they'd have...
You saying, bro, I could barely read. Call in, caller. Let's have a reading contest, Jacob. Call in, Jacob. Call in, Jacob. Call in, Jacob. We'll donate you a cash app if you call in and you can read better than me, Jacob. Call in right now, Jacob. Here go the number. Call in, Jacob. Put your damn money where your mouth is, Jacob.
Invicta flag, which is the white horse, which is kind of the Kent symbol, and that would be replicated across the country. That would help solve something. Let's speak to Aman Bogle, founding chairman of Global Britain UK. Good afternoon to you, Aman.
Good afternoon, Ian.
Nice to see you again as well.
Well, call in. You talking about you will read some James Baldwin? We waiting to hear that shit. Call in.
And this is turned into you're a British Indian and you love the flag. So the idea that this is sort of carved up down ethnic lines is a nonsense, right?
Absolutely. I think it's, in fact, what we've seen in Tower Hamlets is a real indictment of multiculturalism, which has been foisted on this country under the playwright orthodoxy for the last few decades.
That, though.
Let's be honest, Ian. For me, as an immigrant, who made Britain his home, for me and millions like me, the Union flag has always served as, a ground root of integration as British. It's the flag which unites us all, acting as a declaration of our love and affinity for Britain. A gesture of respect for our civilizational inheritance. A real nod in awe of the freedoms afforded to us by Britain. What I would say, Ian, our glorious Union flag tells a civilizational story of who we are as a great nation, what we value, freedom, liberty, and democracy. We are a force for good and a beacon of hope. I would say, for most British people, the red, white, and blue is a profoundly potent declaration of why we are proud of Britain and what our identity is. And I think that's exactly why it's so disgraceful when local councils tear down Union flags and the cross of St. George, put up proudly by local people. Yeah. And I think it's clearly proof, if any was needed, of the caustic failures of state-sponsored multiculturalism when a flag of Free Palestine or Free Kashmir can fly for 6 months and longer.
Yep.
I think...
That's crazy. XX said they make American flag rolling papers. I'm finna see. I don't know where they selling them. It say, they quit printing them. You gotta order them from overseas. They not printing them in America. They talking about vintage. They quit selling them. They talking about they quit selling them in the 1970s. You gotta order them from Etsy. They want $55 for a pack too, man. If you trying to smoke on some American flag papers, man, it's about $55 for a pack of papers.
About time that we got rid of this whole confused identity of, this wishy-washy nation without borders, a home for everyone but a home of no one.
Sure.
I think it's about time that we, look, it's our flag and we'll fly it bloody well where we like it.
100%. And the thing is, what's interesting about this conversation, Aman, is it's not even controversial, right? It's a flag. It's a flag of a country. Loads of countries, as our previous guest said, do it really well. Outside government buildings, you will always find those flags. Outside local council offices, you will always find those flags. There seems to be almost an effort by some to either disguise it at best, or at worst, just get rid of it.
Well, indeed. I mean, look, you land at JFK, New York, you'll be greeted by the Stars and Stripes. I was with a team in Delhi last year for their general elections, and the first thing you see when you enter Delhi airport is a 100-foot high tricolor.
Too Strong said, no, the flag itself doesn't mean shit if the history itself is being erased. What does the symbol stand for?
Flying, soaring high in the sky. It unites a billion.
You say $6 on Amazon. Ain't no way Jeff Bezos selling this, man. Ain't no way Jeff Bezos selling this shit, man. Shit, I don't know where you at. Oh, there you go. Oh, surely is $6 for a 6-pack. Oh, dang. And they organic and plant-based. The Must American cigarette paper. Is the paper is the paper that color? Or is it just the, hold on, let me see. Oh, it surely is, Chad, hold on. Damn, they damn sure got them. Damn, I'm finna pull them up, Chad. That's crazy as hell. They sure got them, look. And I got the little flags on it. Wow. That's crazy as hell, Chad. I ain't gonna lie. That's crazy. You said the number doesn't work, buddy. You a damn lie. You ain't called in. You a damn lie. Last person that called me was the last guy that I got on the phone. That's crazy. Well, look, chat, we finna get off of here, man. I'm finna clean up the crib, get ready to grab the kids from school. We'll be back live tonight. I will post some videos here in a minute, so y'all be on the lookout for the videos. You saying the call-in number don't work. We finna wait till Jacob call in. 512-843-1334. That's the call-in number, Jacob. We finna wait. Talking about you trying to have a reading contest. I'll share the damn Google number over here. We finna share this motherfucking screen and wait for you to call for this reading contest. We finna wait for your ass to call. What? Think this a game? Call the damn phone, Jacob. You ain't bullshit. Call the damn phone, Jacob. We waiting on you, Jacob. Call in, man. We ain't got all damn day. Damn. You ain't gonna call in, man. Man, you ain't call in and do not say disconnected, man. You said, what's the First Amendment mean to me? the right to be able to say, the right to be able to, you know, express myself, the right to be able to pretty much say what I want to say. Not, yeah, say what I want to say, but we know that it's certain shit you can't say anyway. When it comes to like religion, what's going on? Oh, you was probably calling me the hard ER. Hold on, Jacob. Your mic is messed up. Okay, your mic messed up. Alright. Yeah, your microphone is messed up. I'm trying to get your audio together. Press 1 in the chat if Jacob audio is clear. Is Jacob audio clear? Press 1 in the chat if the audio clear. It's like it sound like you distorted on my end, bro. I'm just using my phone. Nah, it might be my shit. Okay, they saying you not distorted. They can hear you. Oh, they saying you are distorted. They saying call back. Yeah, call right back, Jacob. Let me try to. They saying your shit messed up in the chat.
I'm not fucking around all day having a fucking reading contest with you, bro.
I mean, damn, it was a $20 cash app for you. You think I'm finna let you talk shit on the way out? You sounding like a robot, bro. You're sounding like a robot, and then you will think I'm trying to get your mic together, and you think you finna cuss me out on the way out after you call in and tell me that I had you blocked to begin with? The hell is wrong with him, man? They saying you was live on the other device, man. What the hell is wrong with him? Let me block your ass again, Jacob. Let me block you again. I don't know if you use your auntie phone or whatever. Let me block your ass again. You thought you was finna cuss me out on the way out. No, you didn't. You just did. Well, hold this right here, Jacob. How about this? Hold this, Jacob. And we finna keep talking about you in here. So come back on another account. How about that, Jacob? And we gonna keep talking about you in here. Go make another account. Run my subs up. And we gonna keep talking about you, Jacob. That bullshit ass mic. Straight up. Go make another account because you know we still talking about you. I live rent free in your head, Jacob. I done blocked you. You're still in the chat, watching in the bushes, and want to call back in like you got a friend. Fuck you, Jacob. I'm going to delete this live, y'all. That's why I cut Jacob ass out like that. He thought he was finna get off on me at the end of the live. That man thought he was finna get off on me, man. What? Could never. Then he gonna come back to the chat talking about I just did. Well, guess what, Jacob? Hold these, my boy. Hold these. How about that? Nah, he did call in. He did call in. Jacob ain't pussy. He called in. He called in. I wanted to hear him. I really was gonna have a reading contest with him, but his mic was distorted. I was trying to get them together. I don't know who that number is. That shit was 3 something. I don't know. We ain't taking no more calls. I just told y'all I was finna get off of here. But yeah, chat, I'm finna get off of here, man. I'm finna clean up my house. Put some Pine Sol on this floor. So when my kids come home from school, it's smelling like, you know what I mean, new money in here, man. It's smelling like new money. Smelling like new money. When my kids to come in smelling like new money, you know what I'm saying? Nah, Jacob didn't read. His mic was messed up. It was distorted. So I'm finna go clean up, man. Look around. Yeah, that's what I gotta do. I gotta clean up, man. Yeah, I gotta clean up, man. It's crazy, man. But yeah, long story short, chat, we will be back on a live episode tonight. I'm probably finna get ready to go live on Twitch. If y'all haven't subscribed to the Twitch, it's Plugsation on Twitch. I kind of watch my shows over there. Like if I'm watching TV or just watching some shit, I'll go live on Twitch and stream me just chilling. It's a little more laid back. I can, it's a little more laid back on Twitch. So if y'all haven't subscribed to the Twitch, be sure to subscribe to the Twitch. Karen, we're gonna be live at 9:30 Central Time tonight. 9:30 Central Time right here on this channel. We'll be here tonight at 9:30 Central Time. Alright, chat. I'll see y'all later. Love y'all.